Hello and welcome to Kump.
Hello.
Hello, Lucie.
Hi, how are you?
Well, the Olympics are on, so I'm doing pretty good.
We've been watching all kinds of Olympic games.
Look, while you were sleeping on a pee, I was up this morning early, watching everything, and I mean everything. I was watching airsoft shooting, whatever that means. Remember those things you used to buy, those little dollar store pew-pews, as they call them now? You can't even talk about the Olympics with this algorithm. What do you call it? That was pretty lame. I was watching gymnastics. These very strong Chinese men, just with their V bodies. Just, the body was a V. You know?
Oh, yeah.
And they're on the rings. Amazing.
The rings are an incredible.
Have you ever
sport.
seen a man on the ring just hold himself in like an uppercase eye?
And there's no stability to those things. It's all just happening in the core and the ass and the.
Don't say it's not ladylike. Don't say yes.
And the tit. The male tit.
The male tit.
Yeah.
The peck.
Oh, the amount of strength you got to have in your male tits.
Wow.
To do that is crazy.
You really should be a male fitness guru. Now it's time, boys. It's time to work your male tits. I like it. Core. There should be shirts. We should make a fitness program called Core Ass and Dinner. That's what we focus on. We focus on your core, we focus on your ass, and focus on what you eat for dinner. And the rest of it's up to you. That's all. We're not charging you that much.
Breakfast and lunch are on your own.
Yeah, you figure. It's like remember Slim Fast. Remember that shake that they would serve, and it would say something to the effect of like you drink one shake for breakfast, one for lunch, a reasonable dinner. Like what do you think? When did this whole thing? Now you gotta track every calorie. You gotta count every carb, every grain of rice. It used to be like shake. You drink one shake, you drink another shake, and then you have eat some meatloaf. We figure it out. We used to not have standards for companies used to be able to make money in this country. That's why the middle class is poor. That's why we can't afford a house. Because if we want to start a company, I got to hire some nutritionists and figure out what you had for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. No, core ass and dinner.
It's got to be we track all your macros for you, and then we give you therapy to get to the root of why you're eating like a pig.
We work your core. We work your ass. We feed you dinner, or we tell you what to eat at least. I don't know. Maybe it should be a restaurant called Core. Maybe it's a restaurant and a gym, but the gym only has the glute things, the core thing. That thing you swivel on, and meatloaf. Or something. A buffet, a nice, reasonable buffet. A healthy buffet, which sucks. It just has sprouts and grilled chicken that's dry and and just dehydrated mayonnaise powder. Something I invented. It's what's the health benefit of this? You don't want it as much. It's gross. But if you mix it with if you pour some water on your plate, it'll get a little creamy. It's about a little bit of moderate amount of gratification.
Right.
And that's how basically our diet focuses on being disgusting. A lot of diets try to be this is appetizing. No, this is gross. You want to eat more of it?
We want you to never have a happy thought about food again.
That's really honestly, eating disorders are probably the most effective thing. Listen, I'm not saying it's the healthiest. I'll never say that. Not unless someone pays me a lot of money. But they might be the most effective. So I'm trying to, but let's how about we take eating disorders and we take from them what works and we leave out what doesn't? Isn't that what America used to be about? Mm-hmm. When did America become all or nothing, a binary? You're either all for Trump or you're all for Kamala Harris. Why not a little bit of RFK Jr. in the mix? Why not a little bit of Pat Buchanan and Sarah Palin? Mix them all together. A little Ilhan Omar. That's what this country used to be about. And we'd all eat steak. Speaking of, we have a Patreon. You can sign up for it, and Patreon's like the steak. I don't know. That was not a great analogy. I didn't stick the landing, as it were, in the gymnastics term. But whatever. If you like it, you want more, Patreon.com/RayCump. Extra episode every week, $5 a month. It's a deal. It's not as good of a deal as core ass and dinner, but it's pretty good. Then you also have, if you don't want to do that, just please like and subscribe to the damn podcast. Hit the notification bell. You get a little bell. It rings. People keep telling me, hey, I have to subscribe to your podcast. And when you release it, I see it 3 months later. I understand. Go look it up and hit the bell and engage with the controls.
You gotta kind of treat our podcast like a bop it. Like there's a lot of things you have to do.
Look, what you want just listening passively? This is how you get the most out of it. YouTube has figured out that what you need to do is to layer in interactivity. It's like some people learn by looking, some people learn by touching. It's what do you want me to do? Figure it out. It's like, so YouTube's got everything. I don't think
we should be indulging people who learn by touching, frankly.
I mean, I feel like that's pretty ableist. What about a blind man?
Okay, look, if you have to touch little holes because that's how you read, that's fine.
I don't think it's... you know me, I'm not the friend of the disabled, per se. I'm not the guy going, hey, disabled people should be kings. No, that's not, I don't go that far. That being said, I don't know if I want to describe blind men as like people who just touch a bunch of holes. You
made a good point about how they were treating the disabled Olympians.
Right.
At one point, they were shuffling through them really fast in the photo montage.
Well,
during the opening ceremony.
The opening ceremony. Yeah, remind me because I say a lot of things. Anyone can imagine what Lucie's night might be like. I think I paused that montage like 25 times to make points.
Oh no, you paused. You were pausing on like every single photograph.
Well, it's
like, who's that guy?
Well,
who's that guy?
I thought I saw like Herman Goering in one of the pictures. I was like, what? Wow, hold on.
Oh right, yeah. You kept thinking you were seeing Hitler.
Yeah. Well, there was guys in very similar uniforms. I guess the French had. Well, they were maybe it was Vichy French. I don't know.
I did think that I saw Jesse Owens like 5 different times in the montage because every time I see like a black and white video of someone running, I'm like, oh, it's Jesse Owens.
Never mind. So what did I say about disabled?
Well, first of all, you were saying that you envied their prosthetic legs.
They have really look. Everyone knows I've been talking about it a lot for months now. How much I love this game, Cyberpunk 2077, and I don't know. I didn't realize how realistic looking these like cybernetic arms were. They look like prosthetic legs and arms do in real life. I guess at least athletic ones. Yeah. I'm more used to like that woman from Sopranos with the fake with the artificial leg, but they look like they're highly tuned mechanisms now.
They're machines, yeah.
Yeah, they look great. They really look very, very cool. And I'm not saying I would, remove my arm willingly or anything because that would be rude. But they're great. If you didn't have an arm, wow, what a time to be alive. And I guess if you had money, I don't know. They're expensive, right?
Yeah, the last time I saw a prosthetic leg, it was like one of those, like one of those blades. Like
the guy who shot through the bathroom door at his girlfriend and accidentally killed her.
The scythe legs.
The Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The scythe, murderer legs.
Yeah, they still have though. I mean, like when you're running, they have ones but the arms look very, very cool.
Yeah, but even like some of the legs we were seeing looked a lot more like robot legs.
Sure.
I could see.
What a time to be alive without legs.
I could see wanting it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, look at my legs. They suck. It's full of sores and scrapes and just kneeling on rocks all day. I spent a lot of times kneeling on rocks as a kid, looking at bugs. They ruined my nice legs. What was your point?
Do you think that in order to get those legs, you would have to just lose your legs? Do you think you could make an argument that you hated your legs enough that they should be replaced with the robot legs?
I mean, to a doctor, would they remove? It seems like they're doing enough stuff where you should be able to do. Now there's like a replacement leg. I mean, the Hippocratic Oath, they don't seem to care about I'm not trying to get into the political debate, but I mean, they do a lot of things they wouldn't used to do.
Yeah.
Why not like remove legs? If you have the money to buy maybe not if you're gonna buy like the cheapest leg possible, but if you go, I'll drop a $500,000 on this dope ass leg.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, that's better than your leg. Your leg sucks. You're a fat idiot. Sure, that's a great way to lose weight, probably. I mean, just the fattest man in the world on those like small, but they're like titanium, so they still hold. They're hydraulic enhanced. That's the world I want to see. Just be so fat on top of those little legs, but they still hold you up. That's so great. That's an imaginative. That people talk about like these stupid movies, like with the imagination. You know what I mean?
Like everything everywhere all at once?
Yeah, like look how much imagination there is. Why not just a very fat man propped up by like very strong little legs?
Yeah.
That's all that's Charlie Chaplin right there. That's Buster Keaton. That's what we've lost in this country. So what did I say about the disabled? Because they were showing the montage, right?
Yeah. They were showing like a montage of athletes throughout history.
Yeah.
And they were mixing up a lot of different types of athletics.
Sure.
And then they had like a really quick photo series of like disabled Olympians.
Yeah.
But they just kind of
Yeah.
they did it all within like one frame.
Right.
Yeah.
It was like this speed just like ramped up for like a second there. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I need ones. I mean, honestly, like they were showing like a guy in a wheelchair at one point shooting an arrow into the flames of the Olympic cauldron in the past. I thought that was cool.
That does seem cool.
I mean, honestly, I would love to watch wheelchair basketball more. Where is that? Where can we get that? Is that part of the NBA package?
Is that all year round?
Would you rather watch wheelchair basketball or WNBA?
Look, it doesn't matter to me if there are men or women in the wheelchair basketball.
Right.
But wheelchair basketball.
But you still rather watch the regular NBA than that.
It's not like I'm saying I'd rather watch men in wheelchairs than women. Like I'd rather watch women in wheelchairs than women.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. But
Yeah.
either way, you still want to watch the NBA. It's not a matter of wheelchairs are the best.
Yeah.
But they definitely are above WNBA in your mind.
I just think the wheelchair element adds excitement.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, look, Caitlin Clark is fine. No one's taking a dump on Caitlin Clark.
Maybe Caitlin Clark should be in a wheelchair.
Well, I am not going to say that.
Not because she's injured, not because anyone hurt her. Maybe she should choose to.
Oh, it's a choice. You're getting very. This is like Lucie. Thanks, Lucie Mianopoulos. Tell us more.
Just for a day, maybe they could say, it's like raising awareness. Maybe.
Imagine this would just be for a day. You just kneecap her. Oh man, you think that's the guy who took out Larry Flint's leg said that? This will just be for a day, fat boy.
Wait, did Larry Flint get kneecapped?
No, I think he got shot.
Wait, he did?
He got paralyzed. That's why he was in a wheelchair.
Oh wow, I never knew that he got shot.
Did you ever see the movie with Woody Harrelson?
I remember seeing the Supreme Court case.
Well, I'm like,
But did he get shot in the movie?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think so. I don't know. I'm not sure if I watched the whole movie, but that's what happened.
Damn.
Due to injuries sustained in the 1970 assassination attempt.
By serial killer Joseph Paul Franklin.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow. I think that's the first time I've heard of a serial killer doing an assassination attempt.
Well, I mean, I think they do a lot of it. I mean, it's a matter of. Well, first of all, didn't Twiggy Ramirez try to kill Ford?
Oh, did she?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Lefty or whatever their names are. These Manson families. I don't know. I mean, you're just buying into their descriptions. You know, like I mean, Jeffrey Dahmer could have been. You could call him an assassin if you wanted to.
I don't think you could call him an assassin.
Why not?
I don't think it counts as an assassination if you're
Victims aren't important enough.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, it's still morally it's bad, I think, but it's technically not an assassination. Like, I think an assassination is when it's like they're a public figure, you're trying to make a point by killing them.
I think an assassination. No, I mean, I think plenty of assassinations are just like, hey, stop this guy from stopping a war. You know, hey, we want to keep this war going. I mean, there's all sorts of reasons.
Right.
Or maybe we want to affect this. We want to make Pokemon cards more valuable, so let's assassinate Pikachu.
Right.
What?
But the point is, I think there has to be like a cause behind it. Just like makes you hard to do it to strangle.
I get it. Just feels
strangle a woman.
It feels well, yeah. It just feels very dismissive of like the victims of serial killers.
I'm not saying that. Look, on a moral level, they're the same.
Sure.
I don't think they should be treated any differently morally.
But practically speaking, they're kind of like less than.
But it's like if Trump were to be,
Well, they tried.
Yeah, they tried.
Mr. Crooks tried.
Yeah, Mr. Crooks. But
he sounds like a Dickens character.
If Mr. Crooks had been successful, that could have caused chaos throughout the country.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right. So like it's. So, like, but on the other hand, like when Jeffrey Dahmer killed that young man, like who cares? I get it. No, yeah, I see your point. Yeah, it's nothing. It's just nothing. Anyway, but yeah, so other sports were great too. I watched all. Back to the Olympics. I mean, I watched women's synchronized diving.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you sync. I mean, I would love to synchronize with you on some kind of diving situation.
That would be lovely.
I don't think we could do it. Maybe if we practice, but I feel like we're very different sizes and personalities even. I mean, it's what makes the podcast so great. We clash. Yeah, we don't finish each other's sentences. Right?
Right. We just make up new sentences in the middle of each other's sentences.
I mean, shouldn't there be like a thing where you like have you dive one way and I dive as like I watch what you're doing and I just do the opposite? Like you
somehow do what would be the exact opposite in diving.
It should be called inverse diving. And also, the Olympic Committee needs to listen to me. I'll make every sport better. Inverse diving instead. Who cares about synchronized? I'm always seeing it. Why gotta see it twice? If I want that, I'll get a 3D TV.
Yeah. Also, like the synchronizing between two people is just kind of lame. Like it's like
5 people.
5 people.
10 people. That's a lot of people. Imagine 10 people in a circular configuration, a crazy pool that has it's shaped like a circle, and there's 10 diving boards like all around and they're all just synchronized, like it's one of those weird old movies.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
And maybe they're making like it's not just that they're all doing the exact same thing. They're making little designs.
Yeah.
Like around the pool.
Yeah, get pissing in the pool. Yeah. Think dumps and pisses.
No, I mean like with their like with their bodies.
Yeah, well, I mean, what do you mean? Yeah, dumps and pisses. I mean, that comes out of your body.
Yeah.
Why are you making design? I mean, look, your hands and your legs can only do so much. I mean, I imagine you're moving in a way where you're leaving a trail that creates the design.
Well, that could be cool too.
I mean, imagine like 10 different men or women using their dumps and pisses to create like intricate body art or whatever you call it, like pool art. That'd be amazing. And you would drink different, like you would drink certain things. I know, like people don't typically piss different colors, but there's probably certain things you could drink. I know, like when you drink a bunch of beets,
right?
It turns red, right? A lot of times or something. Or if you get punched in the kidneys, you can turn red. Your piss.
Yeah.
You find ways to make different colors. You eat, and then that could be like pretty cool. Like you make it the color of your country's flag.
Yeah.
You're pissing dumps. I'm just saying. These are good ideas. You can laugh and dismiss them, but they're good ideas.
No, it's good.
Yeah. It's probably kind of like look. You were trying to gaslight me before because I was pointing out that a lot of these like women's swimming competitions, they seem like the swimsuits are more revealing than they used to be.
Well, to be fair, I think I got gaslit too.
I want to point out, and we'll get to that in a second. But it's a transition. But I do think it's kind of, to a certain extent, I want to point out, I understand it's not always sexual. It's about the physical nature of the body, and like these people perfect their bodies, they want to show it.
Right.
So in the same vein, why wouldn't you want to show your piss and dumps? Like that's an athlete. It's not like me, like being a bunch of White Castle and being a pig.
Right.
This is like someone who's like just everything correctly, just puts the right things inside their body and does the right things with their body. Their piss and dumps are going to be way different than mine. And that's what it's not about scatophobias and stuff.
Right.
It's about that.
It's just about like, getting judged on how like shapely,
texture, taste, whatever. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not the expert, obviously. I'm just saying, but it's like we can't. It's not like a homeless person. No offense to homeless people, but when a homeless person who's doing maybe the drugs takes a dump on your stoop, it's not quite the same, is it? As when Michael Phelps swims into your house and leaves his piss and dumps there. It's two different things. Two very different things. But yeah, so I was watching, this swimming. Do you want to interrogate, prosecute me on this?
Look, you got really not even obsessed. It was more like you were upset about it.
Well,
like,
I just kind of said it. I just kind of said it to you.
You were saying basically these bathing suits that these synchronized swimmers are wearing.
Yeah, and also the polo. I was watching the polo also earlier. Yeah,
where I've gotten like way more revealing, especially in the ass area.
Well, they're one pieces, right?
Yeah,
and I never remember one pieces having like basically thong backs. They're thongs, essentially.
They are like almost thongs.
They're showing the ass cheek a lot more than they used to, which is fine. I don't want to be this prude guy. And I'm not like, I'm not complaining, but I'm also like, does everyone want this? I guess they do. But, I was thinking, while you were sleeping, I'm just thinking about this. And I'm going like, I guess like remember those beach volleyball girls in the bikinis, and like they got very popular. And look, no one's going to say it out loud, but that's part of the charm of it, I guess. Right? Everyone pretends they just like all of a sudden watching volleyball. Oh, yeah. No, we all just love watching volleyball all year round, don't we? No, cut this shit. They're in bikinis. They're fit. They're athletes. It's like, it's nice. All right. I'm not trying to be the guy going, the women, whatever. And they get sponsorship money probably from it because people watch the sport more. So maybe these water polo girls, even though they're some of them are more powerful with their bodies. I'll just say that. Were these synchronized swimmers? It's not. They're trying to get a little ass cheek money.
Yeah.
Perhaps, which I'm all for. but when you woke up and you were still kind of groggy, and I started giving this dissertation to you, you kind of made it seem like you made me feel like I was a little crazy for even bringing this up.
Well, only because we were watching. The only reason I thought maybe it had always been that way was because we were watching like the synchronized diving. So I was like, well, these are bathing suits, so maybe they have always been like basically that revealing.
Well, we're not talking.
They're definitely a lot more like there's a lot more cheek showing for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about bathing suits the whole time. Yeah.
When we watched that one from like 1999.
Yeah, it was 2000, the Sydney Olympics.
Yeah, but at first I couldn't 2000. They happen on even years.
Yeah, typically.
But like even when we were watching that one, I was like, I'm not so sure. I'm not sure if the bathing suit is different, or if women have just kind of like honed their asses more.
Which seems crazy to me. That seems crazy to me because there's the synchronized dive that we watched from Sydney, 20 years ago or 24 years ago, seem better than the ones we were watching today. So you're going to tell me that these women are working their asses out to the point where is that why they're not as good? Maybe that's the case. Maybe they're all working their asses out and they can't synchronize. Because the ass is very unpredictable. It's possible.
Maybe.
Because honestly, these women, yeah, you're right. They didn't seem to have as pronounced of a buttocks. And they were more synchronized. They were more, it was the same exact thing. I think when that's kind of like calculus. The ass is like calculus. When you start using it, I don't understand. So there's that. But you do agree with me, right? I'm not the crazy. I mean, I'm all for it. Women, these are young women who are athletes, who are just young and I'm sure they're very smart. But they're like no one accuses male athletes of being like Einstein.
Yeah,
they're just guys who want to go out and party and get women and do their sport. And the same's probably true of women. They're just trying to get guys or girls. And they're just like, well, look, I did all this work. Look at my awesome body. I want to shove a thong up there. I don't care. Yeah. I'm going to hide it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'd rather compete naked if they could.
Right.
Because as long as, that tape things that flop. No one wants to flop. It's just not aerodynamic. But I'm all for it. You know, these people. I mean, I'm not saying I want to watch it, but I mean, you know, you want to show it off, go ahead. I mean, I'll still be watching. You know, this old house or whatever. You know, I watch the Olympics for twice 2 weeks. That's it. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna start like, you know, I'm not turning into the flop channel.
Yeah, for sure.
Counterpoint.
I think that yeah, I mean, look, I definitely don't mind them showing off their ass a little bit because like none of them are like ugly asses.
Right. Even the ones that aren't like the centerfolds or whatever.
Right. They all have pretty great.
They're powerful.
Yeah, powerful ass. Like it's like, you know, there might be variation in other features, but like yeah, they're like aesthetically pleasing.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just functional, I guess. Unless it's ruining the sport. Mm. I mean, you try being that guy.
I wonder if there are any other people complaining about the asses.
I mean, no one wants to bring it up because they'll be accused of being like a creep, like I am right now. Okay, yeah, this is good. Complaints about Nike Olympic track uniforms reignites concerns over sexism in athlete attire. One of the options for women runners is a bodysuit that is noticeably cut high in the hips. Chris said the athlete looks uncomfortable, revealing, and problematic. See, that's what I'm not saying.
It does seem uncomfortable to run in a thong like that.
Probably. Yeah, you probably want to be a little looser, right? I don't know. I mean, when your body is so tuned, maybe you want to just have nothing hanging off you. I just don't know.
Yeah.
I've never had this issue. I mean, I used to run a bit, 5 miles a day. It's not much, but, you know, I didn't want a thong. Mm. They have a picture of these revealing tracksuits.
Maybe they're... Can they not even show them?
They're not safe for work. They seem a bit high. Why aren't the men wearing them? Mm. Now I get it. I mean, but that's the thing. You want? I mean, these track women. Yeah, they've been wearing these kind of like bikini bottoms for a while now, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They've kind of been. Yeah, they've been wearing it with running too.
I'm not like again. You're trying to get sponsorship money. It's you know, you wish men could watch a sport without having to turn into a prurient to sport ever. But you know, women get a show.
Yeah.
Women like what they're looking at when they watch LeBron James or David Justice. Remember David Justice? He was a Yankee, I think. I remember women that I worked with being like David Justice, or Paul O'Neill. Mm-mm.
Oh, I remember. I got Paul O'Neill's autograph one time.
How? Don't tell me. Do I not want to know?
So I'm a.
I wish you told me this before the wedding.
I saw him in the mall.
You saw Paul O'Neill? Like, wait, like at a signing, or you just saw him at the mall?
We saw him at the mall, and my mom. I think one of my brothers and I were at the mall, and we
was he just hanging out outside Victoria's Secret, looking in the window, like Richie Aprile.
He was just sadly eating a Mexican salad
really?
out of one of those taco shell bowls.
Really? Oh, I was about to say that'd be amazing. Like the inverse of Trump, he's just like, this sucks. This place has the worst taco salads. What was he doing?
I think when we saw, I think he was already signing up.
Working at Hers Julius. My wife left me. She had a real good lawyer.
He was in the food court, and I guess he was already signing autographs.
Oh, okay. But he was eating whatever the Cajun bourbon chicken or whatever.
I have no idea. I can't for the life of me remember if it was actually an event he was doing or if he was. I doubt
just
he was
Panda Express.
I doubt he was doing an event at some mall's food court, but
maybe maybe the mall manager is really dumb and he just shows up where you guys want me? He's like, oh, I don't know. And people start showing up and they start going, can we come? And he's like, yeah, come over here. I mean, they took forever because he's trying to find his manager, but his manager's at the Cinnabon.
Yeah.
And so he's just started signing autographs in front of what's the other Chinese place at mall food courts?
PF Chang's?
No, that's the fancier one. The one there's Panda Express and there was another one Wok something. I forgot.
Magic Wok?
Maybe I don't think that was it. Look up mall food court Chinese food. I mean, this joke's not going to work anyway. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. There's another one. And I liked it. Honestly, like the food's not as good there, but there's something nice about them. Most revealing sports uniforms. Wow, what's that? It's in the right. No, it's nothing.
Yeah, it's just
Google's just trolling us now. Yeah, I mean, look, if men like honestly, why doesn't LeBron James wear a thong? For the women, I don't want it. I'm just saying, but like, if men get this, why? I mean, people are gonna accuse me of being like, whatever, or like a simp for women because I'm just, well, maybe women want a show, and but that's the problem in this country. It's getting so binary that I can't give women, I can't even advocate for women getting a little eye feast. What would you say to LeBron James in a big banana hammock playing basketball?
Look, I don't think anything with like too much, kinetic movement.
Yeah.
Like running back and forth. I don't think that's going to be great.
Well, they
like,
taped it down. You know what I mean? Oh, it's him, all of them. They taped them down because again, they flop enough. If you know what I mean. We don't need more flopping in the NBA.
But like when the male gymnasts are doing their thing,
yeah,
like they look good.
They look great.
Yeah.
Would you rather they be in banana hammocks?
Yeah, that might be nice.
It would. Yeah, you get to see every muscle. I mean, I don't want it, but I mean, like if I'm gonna get to see synchronized thong one pieces, I don't know. Maybe you don't get a banana hammock.
I appreciate your sense of justice in this, but
yeah.
I just don't think women. I don't think women really want that overall.
Right.
Like it's like when you see a little bit of the chest, like that's kind of nice.
What about what about Michael Phelps and the piss and dumps? Is that a compromise? If you got that, because I have a feeling that we're going to lose these revealing outfits, and people are going to get pissed. I mean, so it's kind of you can't go too far. You have to give a little piece of the opposition. So maybe we give women piss and dumps. Or some variation on that theme,
right?
And then and next time they go, well, why are these women wearing these revealing? Because we gave you piss and dumps. Would they find that insulting? Perhaps. Anyway, we should move. I mean, was there any other Olympic things? There was the.
Well, there was that. I mean, the whole fucking that silver.
Horse.
That silver horse rider.
You really, I mean, you love horses and you hated that.
I just didn't understand it. Is it supposed to represent something about France?
No, I think it was just supposed to be, well, I don't know about the horse in general, but I think.
Oh, is that supposed to be, wait, is that kind of supposed to be like Joan of Arc or something?
I don't know. They had a lot of drag queen fashion show stuff. So I'm not sure if everything is a one-to-one symbolism. I think they were just very wild with their choices. Apparently, one of the football team, the Chiefs, their kicker, did not like the drag show, fashion show.
Oh yeah,
didn't like it. This is not my Olympics or whatever. I'm not sure why. You want to bring it up for a second?
Sure.
It's really Chiefs kicker drag. It'd be funny if he was actually a drag guy and he was.
Oh, this is the same guy who gave that commencement speech about how women should stay in the. All you graduating women should.
I'm all for speaking your mind, but I mean, can you not just be the most predictable thing in the world? I'm talking about piss and dumps. I'm talking about revealing. I offer a wide variety of conversation. Of course, can you just not be the most predictable version of yourself? I didn't like the drag show. I'm the guy who goes to Christian commencement speeches. Oh. Of course you didn't like it. Why would you like it?
Yeah.
Why would the Pope like...
Imagine if he came out and he was like, I love the drag thing.
Real balls. The best thing that comes to the Olympics is piss and dumps.
I just have a very camp sense of humor. A guy in a wig just does it for me.
Just leave the kids out of it, but I love this shit.
My favorite movie is Pink Flamingos. Harrison Butker.
Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie. That's the one with Patrick Swayze.
Which one?
Tu Wong Fu.
What's that?
Wait, look up Tu Wong Fu.
Tu Wong.
It's this movie where Patrick Swayze, John Leguizamo, and one other guy. But did Kurt Russell maybe? Or drag queens, I guess you call them. And Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes is the third one. And they get, I think their car gets shut down, breaks down in a town where they're having a strawberry festival. And so I don't know the plot. I forget the plot. I did see it years ago.
Wow, this looks great, actually.
Yeah, it was interesting. What's the Rotten Tomatoes score for this film? Was it good?
48%.
It's literally middle.
It's right on the line.
Yeah.
It could be terrible or it could be underappreciated genius.
I mean, it's worth watching. But I remember them being like, "We have the strawberry festival." I'm like, what's a strawberry festival? Well, we take strawberries and we put them in can. That also sounded great too. I'd love to go to a strawberry festival. But I don't remember anyone getting mad about this. That's the thing. They've been doing this for years.
Oh yeah.
And like the guy from Roadhouse who literally ripped a man's throat out in that film. Like a couple years, a year or two later, or a few years, whatever, 5 years later, whatever this is. He's doing drag, and no one was like, "What happened to Patrick Swayze?" Wesley Snipes is one of the bad, he's Blade.
Yeah.
What happened to Wesley Snipes? No, the only thing everyone said was like, "Yeah, he didn't pay his taxes." He didn't went to jail for that, right?
Yeah, I do remember that.
He went to prison for not paying his tax. He didn't go to prison for doing drag. But anyway. What happened? Why is Britton Jones in there? Chiefs kicker Harrison Butler slams crazy drag queen show at Olympics. God is not mocked. Well, I mean, God gets mocked all the time. Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about. God is not mocked.
And God just kind of lets it happen, too.
Yeah. God doesn't, he hasn't done anything since that pillar assault nonsense. Where he killed that guy's wife for no reason, pretty much. Because she looked at something.
Like, even in the Bible, like, I know you're not in Ten Commandments, like, you don't take the Lord's name in vain, but, like, was there ever, like, a story in the Bible about God tearing into somebody for mocking him?
Well, they made that golden calf, and he's like, all right, you know what? 40 more years in the desert. So, I mean...
that I can understand, because they were actually worshiping that calf.
Okay, but just mocking him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I that probably is. I haven't read the Bible that closely.
Yeah.
In years, at least. I don't want to say no, but I do feel like he kind of lets himself... I mean, Jesus' whole thing was like, yeah, say whatever you want. I'm not, they'll call me. It's like, you're a... Wasn't the thing... Didn't Pilate... I mean, I don't get religious here, but didn't Pilate go like... they say, you a son of man? He's like, hey, you call me whatever you want. Call me... that's what you say. Doesn't sound like a guy he was like, whatever. The point is, were they mocking God?
Okay, let's see. Kansas City Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker, who was open about his Christian values, was shocked by the 2024 Olympics opening ceremony, which featured drag queens recreating Jesus Christ, the Last Supper.
Did they? I heard conflicting things about this. So they did recreate that. I missed that part while we were watching. I think it was at a certain point. It was 4 hours long. I started fast forwarding. I DVR'd it, and I was like, this is too much stuff. Yeah. I mean, I watched like 10 minutes of the drag show. Fashion show. I was like, all right. I mean, I get it. Yeah. But I mean, I didn't realize they did do a Last Supper. I mean, didn't they recreate that with like The Sopranos?
There's the Last Supper has been recreated like
with dogs.
So many things. Like, yeah. I feel like I've seen a Simpsons Last Summer.
Yeah.
Like, Last Supper.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I mean, Metallica's probably done Last Supper.
Yeah.
Because they're hacks. I really hope Metallica doesn't listen to this podcast. Yeah, look, I get it. I get what you're saying. Like, if a Muslim guy, if they did something against Muhammad, and the Muslim guy said, "Hey, Muhammad doesn't get mocked," I mean, they have a point. They do retaliate. They make a big deal. Is my point.
Muslims.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't let things slide.
That's definitely true. But to be fair, for the last 30 years or so, we've been using that as like a reason to like shit all over Muslims because we're so much better, and like you can actually like have free speech and like criticize religion in this country. So
sure, that's a good point. Yeah, it's like now it's all of a sudden it's like but again, to be fair, he's not killing anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not stabbing the head of a magazine.
Yeah.
This Chiefs pitcher
That's a good point.
or kicker, pitcher.
But also, yeah, but like that's the other thing. It's like this is France. Like France doesn't give a fuck.
Oh
like,
yeah, France is the one who broke that rule.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
the ones who got stabbed for it.
Yeah, so I just don't. It just seems to be very like just kind of muddled. They're also like they're the ones who were religious.
Right.
Well, I guess a lot of people in our country don't really consider Catholics a religion, even though they started it kind of right. The whole Jesus thing.
Well, wasn't Catholic Church the first church?
Yeah, but they don't feel that way.
Yeah.
They feel like they hate it.
Yeah.
Because of Martin Luther or something, or Henry VIII. They love Henry VIII, right?
Catholics.
No, other Christians, like Pentecost, the Baptists.
Wait, but didn't Henry VIII like respond to Martin Luther's 99 Theses or whatever and disagree with them?
Well, I'm not. Look, yes, but he also made the Anglican Church.
Yeah.
So they don't like Catholics. Did you
Yeah.
not know this? If we go down south, don't.
I vaguely
just
knew
tell
they didn't
people
like
you're
Catholics.
Catholic. They'll hate you. I'm not sure why. I'm not saying they'll hit you with stones, but
The
go ahead.
Silver Girl was Joan of Arc, by the way.
Okay. Doesn't make any sense. Shouldn't she have been like I don't know who Joan of Arc fight the Hessians?
She's the headless horseman.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. Good luck to the Chiefs. I hope Taylor Swift's doing okay. Is she on the team now? Whatever. What's this? Brat.
So he is on the same team as Travis
the
Kelce.
Chiefs, yeah.
Huh.
You know, this is the only player you know. You don't even know Patrick Mahomes. All you know is Travis Kelce.
It's just weird that like the two like probably like most famous football players for things other than doing football right now are both on the Chiefs.
I guess he might be. I mean, Aaron Rodgers probably trumps this guy. But
Oh,
maybe,
yeah, that's true.
but here, it's a fair point. Well, I think it's more. The question is, would this guy have gotten any traction for his Christian stuff if he wasn't on the Chiefs? They've also won the last 2 Super Bowls.
Right.
And Patrick Mahomes is like the current. He might become the GOAT quarterback of all time. Maybe not. I don't know. But he's on his way. I mean, he's the star of the league.
Right.
The other guy, the guy you don't know,
Yeah.
the guy who's not dating Taylor Swift. Anyway, I barely know football. To be fair, I'm not. Don't at me. Hey, you don't know Patrick Mahomes? What is this? Why is this we're here? So we're moving on from the Olympics, right? Did you have anything else you want to say about the Olympics?
I was a little inspired this time.
Were you?
Yeah. I like that balloon.
Right. So they basically had a bunch of old men. They gave like a 100-year-old man a torch.
Oh, right. Oh, I
then-
was so afraid he was going to drop it and it was just going to go right in his eye.
I know. I wish. And the whole instead of a cauldron, which they usually do, which seems racist, the cauldron, or like witches. Whatever. I mean, am I scared of the Olympics? No. But I mean, I don't know what they're messing with cauldrons for. This time they had a balloon, which I thought was very fun. And the balloon floated into the air while Celine Dion defied her neurologist's wishes or hopes or whatever. She has some kind of rare neurological disease,
Yeah.
which sounds great.
They made a documentary about it or something, but
Look, I'm really getting sick of people being like, Michael J. Fox shakes a lot.
yeah.
Like he I'm not saying anyone's faking it, but he's not milking any. No one could accuse him of that.
Right.
And again, I'm not even accusing her of doing anything. But when you sound that good, maybe don't lead with like, "Oh, I have a neurological." Yeah, I wish I had that. No, I don't. But I mean, it's like, it's just kind of like, you know what I'm saying? You can leave me hanging. You know.
I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying because it's like, because that was a great performance.
Yeah.
Like she was powerful.
I don't even like Celine Dion.
Yeah,
This
me
is
neither.
amazing.
Like, and she was great.
Yeah.
And like,
Just like Michael Jordan being like, oh, like after like his most historic game ever was the flu game, like, damn these bone spurs. What? You know what I mean?
Right, it's like you don't need something pathetic to make it look impressive.
We're not calling her disease pathetic. But yes, exactly. Yeah. I guess this is our reward to her for overcoming. I mean, is she gonna die tomorrow and we're gonna look real bad?
or pitiable.
Pitiable.
Not
That's
pathetic.
fair. That's better.
Yeah.
We're in the right direction. We love you, Celine.
Sympathetic.
I know we just said we weren't fans, but we are now.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't need to tell people that.
I loved My Heart Will Go On.
I'm just saying, people would love. You're so talented. You just people don't want to hear that you have issues. It's like, yeah, oh, do you? I mean, I've heard guys who couldn't sing a note whose assholes fall out of their, like they have prolapsed rectums because they work on they're masons or whatever. Not Freemasons. They bend over and make stone. They cement.
Right.
You know, they make stoops. Just saying, it's just, look, it's the burden of talent that you can't always complain about every neurological disease yet.
Sure.
You can. I mean, I guess we're the only ones who aren't falling for it, though. Yeah. So you're right. So let's just move on to the Olympics before we get ourselves rich. Controversy. Here's a new thing. The latest generational divide. This is from the Wall Street Journal. The latest generational divide. What does Brat mean?
Well, there used to be Bratz dolls.
I don't think that's this. I think those have been canceled. Were those made by the Brat?
So I think back then it meant being too sexy for a child.
Were they sexy? I thought they were just racially problematic or whatever they call it now.
I remember the Bratz dolls.
Weren't they basically the girls' versions of homies?
I remember like the Bratz dolls being like, I remember my mom being like, I hate those Bratz.
Why? Was it diverse?
Because she thought it was like it was glorifying bad behavior.
Bad girls?
Bad girls.
What were the girls doing? Were they involved? They come with like, I don't even want to say. They were supposed to be kids, right?
Yeah, they're supposed to be like 12-year-old children. But also, like, they're kind of dressed up to look like, they have a bunch of makeup on, kind of like.
Okay, but they were revealing clothes?
Sort of.
Okay.
Compared to other stuff.
I guess. Yeah, they weren't wearing, like, secretary outfits.
Yeah.
But
they weren't even dressed like, Polly Pocket or whatever.
I feel like they were just dressed like Cyndi Lauper. If I remember. Bring up Brat styles for a minute.
Let's see.
But leave this thing, like, don't.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess they are kind of wearing shorts, some of them have short skirts. And
Yeah,
I
like
get. Well, I don't know. Yeah, all right. These are the Spice Girls one, aren't they?
Oh,
No.
they kind of look like the Spice Girls.
There's no Asian Spice Girl. But yeah, your point's taken. Your mom had a point, I guess. Yeah, why are they dressed like they're, going to a club in Jersey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the innocence of youth is, there's no reason to. Barbie. Well, Barbie's also kind of.
Look, Barbie's not the best, if you analyze it too.
Why don't they make a Sandra Day O'Connor doll?
Yeah.
In a swimsuit. It's one of those thong one pieces.
It's a Supreme Court swimsuit.
I mean, honestly, Sandra Day O'Connor wasn't. Bring her up, please. I don't want to speak out of school, but was she good looking? Not terrible. Better than RBG, whatever her name was.
Let's see. Yeah, it's Sandra Day O'Connor young.
Not too young. That's her wedding picture. Let's see.
Oh.
Not the worst. I mean, look.
No, she looks fine.
Yeah. Whatever. What did she, Pat? Did she do Plessy versus Ferguson?
It's not important that she's hot. She's a Supreme Court justice.
It'd be nice. It's nice if she was, right? No. I'm just saying.
It'd be better.
Yeah, it's always better if you're hot.
Yeah.
That's the problem with this country. It's like we established that at one point, and then it went the other way. And it's like, well, you gotta be hot. Mm-hmm. No, it's just better if you're hot. You still gotta do the work. Mm-hmm. You gotta be able to judge. You
gotta be able to judge the shit out of those cases.
but if you got nice piss and dumps, no one's gonna complain. Okay, so it was back to this Brat article. When Bradley Moss saw a social media post about Brats, he was confused. He eventually asked his 10-year-old daughter to explain. What's going on? This sounds very fake.
After she finished rolling her eyes at me, man, this guy really sounds like he hates his daughter. Yeah. She said something along the lines of, "Daddy, this just means you enjoy living your life. You don't care what anyone else thinks," said Moss, 43, a national security lawyer in Washington.
Wait, some guy who like rammed the Patriot Act through Congress is like, what is this Brat business? Some guy who was like when the Supreme Court or in friggin' who would have asked back then? Patrick Leahy? Patrick Leahy was like talking to Cheney, and Cheney's like, we have findings that say, or Roberto Gonzalez is like, we have findings about why we can waterboard people. It's like, oh, can we see them? And he's like, no, they're locked in a safe and you can't see them. He was like, he was like the intern, like, for Roberto Gonzalez. And now he's like, hey, daughter who I hate. What's a brat? Gee, what is the Wall Street Journal?
National security lawyer.
He's like, is he the guy who's like prosecuting like Snowden or what's the quote? Julian Assange?
He's trying to
charge him with like
he's trying to get the death penalty for Julian Assange.
He's calling his daughter, like, Daddy, when are you coming home? What? And he's in a phone booth somehow, and he's just reading. He's got his paper folded the way the old men used to fold their papers. Well, I'm reading some article about brats. What does this mean? She's like, Daddy, why aren't you home? The problem, many people don't get it. Oh, brat, typically used to refer to someone spoiled or childish, took on a new meaning this summer after release last month of English singer Charlie XCX's hyperpop album Brat. But I mean, we talked about this in the recent past.
Yeah.
I mean, is everyone forgetting Bratty Bottoms? Right. That's, I'm not sure exactly what makes a Bratty Bottom a Bratty Bottom, but they always seem very intriguing. Yeah. But they're going straight to Charlie XCX, who, again, I don't know who that is. I've heard about her. Do you know who Charlie XCX is?
Yeah. I crashed my car into the bridge. I watched that let it burn.
Wait, that's not her, is it?
Yeah. I love it. Isn't it?
I crashed my car into a bridge. That's Charlie XCX? I don't think that's Charlie XCX.
Oh, no, that's Iconopop. I'm really out of touch.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. It was written by her.
Oh, okay. Well, look, isn't that song like 15 years old?
Yeah, it's pretty old.
I thought Charlie XCX was new. Okay, whatever. In the chronically airline era, the pop star metabolism was sped up. Not long after Brat came out on June 7th, fans started posting pictures of lime green items such as traffic cones and matcha drinks and calling it Brat coded. Young people, you know what's really creepy to me? Is a 43-year-old national security lawyer trying to understand the trends of youth. Right. How about you just leave it to the young? Yeah. What are you trying to fit? Why do you need to know? Who do you need to converse with? That you need to know what brat-coded things on Instagram are or TikTok. What does this mean, brat-coded? I need to know. Who is he? Who is he spending time with? Yeah, I mean, you see what I'm getting at? Yeah. I find it very odd. You know what never occurs to me? What? To care about young people. In any way. I mean, it might help us be relevant. But it shows to show you. I mean, why does a 43-year-old national security lawyer need to be relevant? We should make Kump Brat coded. Can we Brat code? Yeah, Brat code. Everything. It's a green thing, right? Yeah. Let's make everything green. I'll make the thumbnail green. I'll just call the episode Brat code. Brat coded. I mean, I really hope this doesn't get us in trouble. Young people are sharing videos of themselves dancing to Charlie's viral song Apple. Some are living out their brat summer in clubs. What is the definition of young people? Right. In clubs? It's like 45-year-olds. Yeah. But for many of those over 40, all right, if you're 35, you're not a young person either, so relax. Like, oh, I'm a young person. I mean, there's levels to this shit. Yeah. But for many of those over 40 or simply online less, The shifting cultural moments can be hard to decipher. Some are still working out the concepts of Riz, aura points, lazy girl jobs, and the Gen Z heart sign. Yeah, I don't know any of that. And you know what? I don't need to. Because I'm not trying to do anything with young people. And you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. Regina Walsh, a 63-year-old retired social worker.
I love how it's like everyone they're asking about this is in their 60s.
Yeah, what is this shit? With the Wall Street Journal, shouldn't they be reporting on, like, genocides? You know, aren't there, like 6 genocides going on in the world right now? And the Olympics? And they're like, what about these brats? Said the Brat hype reminded her. Oh, sorry.
Said the Brat hype reminded her of when rude Karens became a concept several years ago, which her son had to explain to her. She said she didn't understand this week why she was hearing about brats on TV news.
I was so upset when they were calling Kamala Harris our vice president a brat, she said. I mean, what would you rather they school? I mean, it's Karen, this Regina Walsh. I don't know what she wants the vice president to be called.
Right, yeah, what direction is she going in here?
Her 30-year-old son, John, told her it was a good thing. Why is John though? What is John up to?
Honestly, a 30-year-old John shouldn't know this either.
John. The girls I chat with online say it's very good.
How can it be a good thing? A brat is a little spoiled child, she replied.
What are we doing? I don't think this is real. I don't think I think this person who wrote this article made all of these things up.
Yeah.
Everyone grew up in the time when they. What do you mean a word means something else sometimes? What do you mean? I mean, like, this person's old enough to...
As the 63-year-old Regina is saying all of these things, I just imagine her holding a knife to her. Her son's trying to get her to put it down. No, Mom, brat can be a good thing.
She's like flicking the knife into the neck, like... After President Biden dropped out of the 2024 presidential race and endorsed Harris, the Harris Brat meme started trending. Charlie posted Sunday, Kamala is Brat. Her tweet. No, I don't know. This is...
Honestly, I don't care if it means something else.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Stop including Kamala. She's like I'm not the one to call her a cop. But I mean, it does seem kind of weird. Like, imagine if like she put you in jail for 40 years because you had a joint. And you're just reading Kamala as Brat.
More than 3,300 online articles and social posts mention the words Kamala and Brat between Sunday and Thursday, according to Launch Metrics, a software data and insights company. Mentions of X on X of the word Brat spiked on Monday.
Oh, bro. I mean... Again, why the Wall Street Journal doesn't need to know this? Like stocks, that's your thing. and pushing for supply side economics, that's your thing. Not like understanding the young.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is we're not even talking about this is not the same as who is that guy? The Abby Hoffman. This is not Abby Hoffman. This is not hey, what this is not, you have to understand the political leaning. It's just what is this? It's like caring about Daddy-O. Freaking what's this the twist? What is this?
Tasha Taylor, a 32-year-old living in Nova Scotia.
You're all old.
Yeah, said her 80-year-old granddad wanted to know why she kept taking photos of herself with green-colored items on the street.
Because you're a loser at 32. Dude, these are all old people. Look, I'm an old person. I'm not young. 19. 7, probably it's the old end of this. 21 maybe. You can get away with we're doing this now. 32-year-olds don't get to be no, I'm part of this. No, you're not. Best case, you're you should be going to jail.
Her grandfather was going why are you doing this useless shit instead of getting a job? Yeah. And she turned it into my granddad was confused about what the brat trend was.
He said, get out of my house, you useless whore. And he's he's so out of touch. Hey, stop stealing from me, you junkie.
I know what you're doing. I count the nickels in the jar.
Oh my God, this is literally like just state propaganda. This is what they publish instead of like and the FBI bombed a school today. It's like this is what they publish. Yeah, this is like we accidentally dropped sarin gas on Nebraska. And it's like, but then you go, oh, did they cover that? No, it's an article about Brat.
She told him what the album meant to her, that she can have fun and, quote, be messy as she goes on. As she goes almost a year sober. Eventually, he got it.
You mean when you shit your pants?
When I threatened to stop giving him his pills, he got it.
He said to me, you've been sober for a year. Why are you still shitting your pants at night? And I said, you don't get it, Dad. I'm a brat. And eventually, he just stopped talking to me. Oh my God. There's nothing.
This is disgusting.
Retailers are trying to cash in on the moment by advertising goods that could double as Brat related. Like what? Like fucking like aloe vera? This is such a lame trend. No, I guarantee you actually young people aren't doing this. This is all just like 30-year-old women. and John. Retailer, this sounds like a sting, like a freaking like it's trying to catch child molesters. Retailers are trying to cash in on the moment by advertising feature items in bright green hair color to an elderflower flavored Red Bull in a lime green can. Well, who does? No 19-year-old is like. There's never been a trend by actual young people where it's like, look, this color thing. Who the Bloods and the Crips? You know what I mean? This is crazy. They're the only people who care about colors of things. I watched a crazy TikTok video where this guy went through like 100 different hats and like baseball hats. And it's like, this hat's this Crips and that Bloods, and that was crazy.
Zach Constantine, a 24-year-old Charlie fan, said he had about a dozen conversations in recent days explaining the Brat trend to older people.
This is such fake nonsense.
How many old people does he know?
This is the article that came out the day Oswald shot Kennedy. This is something Donald Sutherland. So I'm reading an article about Brat, but 2 hours before Oswald shot him.
Constantine, chairman of the Democratic Party in Orange County, New York, said people working in his district and campaign staffers and state politics have asked him for a Brat lesson.
This is like remember Rubicon, that show Rubicon, when like there was like they put like these weird things in the crossword puzzles and like the trigger like terrorist attacks.
Oh my God!
That's what this feels like.
The date of the next 9/11 is in here somewhere.
It's like anagrammed in here somewhere. It's like a Wordle. Oh God, Tim Kaine? What's Tim Kaine getting involved? This is bad. We're not. I'm canceling our vacations. My team hung up with this in our campaign HQ about a month ago. Now I finally know what it means. This is bad. This is. Anyway, hope the Olympics go well. Fun. Remember, like and subscribe. That's the only way we can keep doing this. If you like this, and you can't just like it in your head. You have to actually click the like button. You have to hit the notification bell. You have to wear a backpack or something. I don't know. Yeah, they'll tell you.
Yeah.
And you have a Patreon. You don't have to do that. That's nice, though. An extra episode every week, $5 a month. So that's an option for you. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed the show. See you next week. Enjoy the Olympics. Have a great week.